Welcome to Marine Corps History in Your Pocket, a new video series from NMMC Kids highlighting the history and heritage of United States Marines. In honor of African American History Month, we will discuss the role played by these brave individuals in the United States Marine Corps, from the first recruits in the Revolutionary War to today. Beyond historical firsts often shared and reshared on social media each February, we want to highlight the collective experience of African Americans who proudly wore the eagle, globe, and anchor. Fighting adversity and overcoming the barriers of racial prejudice, African American Marines have always embodied the motto of the Corps, Semper Fidelis, or always faithful. The Colonial Marines, predecessor to the United States Marine Corps, were established in November 1775 to serve as the Navy's infantry arm for amphibious assaults, security, and shipboard musket fire. The first Marines assembled under Samuel Nicholas, captain of Marines, at Tun Tavern in Philadelphia. According to historian Bernard Nolte, of the 5,000 African Americans, both freemen and slaves, who served during the American Revolution, at least a handful were African Americans. John Martin, a slave also known as Ketto, served with Marine Captain Miles Pennington on the Continental Brig Reprisal. At least two other African American Marines enlisted at Tun Tavern in Philadelphia, under a company raised by Robert Mullen. That group served under Major Samuel Nicholas's battalion that crossed the Delaware River with George Washington on Christmas Eve 1776, and later fought against the British at Princeton, the Marines' first taste of land combat. Following the American Revolution, the United States Armed Forces enacted procedure that reflected the racial policy prevalent in the period. When the United States re-established the Marine Corps in 1798, Secretary of War James McHenry banned African Americans from enlisting. He also banned mulattoes, those of mixed black and white ancestry, and Indians. The new commandant of the Marine Corps, Major William Ward Burroughs, allowed African Americans and mulattoes to serve as drummers and fifers to attract recruits, but were barred from enlistment. While the Navy was known to enlist African Americans in the various wars of the 19th century, there is no record of black Marines doing so until the 20th. The few African Americans that identified as Marines from the Revolutionary War were undoubtedly pioneers. Thanks for watching part 1 of our 3-part series on African Americans and the United States Marine Corps.